Hi, my name is Margaret Miles, but everyone who knows me knows of me as Leah. Funnily enough, it's a nickname for my middle name, which is Julia. Couldn't tell you why that is, but that's just how my mom wanted to name me. So for my speech, I'm doing it on a hobby of mine. One thing to take into consideration is that this wasn't so much of a hobby as it was a lifestyle for me. I collected a couple images to help tell you about my life and what my favorite hobby is, and probably will always be. So, my father was a farrier and still is a farrier to this day. And essentially, if you're not familiar with horses, that is someone who puts shoes on horses and maintains their feet to make sure that they can still get around and whatnot, and helps correct issues with that. So, he was always a huge horse enthusiast, and so was my mom. So growing up, it was always a huge part of my life. On the upper left-hand corner, there's a picture of me on my little Shetland pony, which was the first pony I ever had, riding behind my mom, which was one of her larger horses. So it's cool because I was able to start riding at a super young age. That picture, I think I was 5 years old, and I was able to enjoy that, which some adults haven't even been able to do, but something I've been doing my entire life. And then the other pictures are a narration or just a collection of pictures to show throughout my life what I've done with horses. So, starting off, I had my little pony Rodeo, was his name, and then after that came Penny. I don't have a picture of Penny, unfortunately, but she was the next one after him. And then I was involved in different clubs. I was in 4-H. And then from 4-H, we went and did something a little bit more horse-specific, which was Pony Club Camp. Well, not really camp, but just Pony Club, which helps you get better at horseback riding and also helps you maintain your horses better, knowing how to care for them properly and being able to help others with that as well. So I did that all growing up, and then even as I got older, I wasn't so much with horses. I got more involved with school and more involved with other sports. My parents ended up getting divorced, so even though my mom rode when I was younger, she got hurt riding, so it wasn't something she was able to continue doing as she got older, so it's not something I held on to. But even then, on and off again, I've always ridden horses. So a couple of the other photos are ones of me as I got older. My best friend ended up being huge into horses, so I would go with her to her barn and ride horses there. It's just horseback riding's always had a huge influence on my life. It's something that I got to do that would take me away from where I was at. It gives you a freeing experience and a bond with a rather large creature that you can't get anywhere else. Because when you have a kind of bond with a horse where they understand exactly what you're doing, and you have trust in them that they're going to take care of you and that you're going to take care of them, it's not something that it can easily be replaced. So that's a little bit about me and what my favorite hobby is and will always be to this day. Thanks for listening.